So just a Q2 recap. In Q2, we achieved record vehicle production and deliveries and record revenue of about $25 billion in a single quarter. And Model Y became the best-selling vehicle of any kind globally in Q1, surpassing the likes of Corolla and Golf. So it was the number one vehicle of any kind, including vehicles that are sell at a far lower price. This is, I think, an incredible achievement by the Tesla team, and just a huge thank you to our customers for their support. So, and this came in spite of high interest rates and a lot of macro uncertainty, and nonetheless, we managed to achieve operating margin of about 10%. We continue to target 1.8 million vehicle deliveries this year, although we expect that Q3 production will be a little bit down because we've got summer shutdowns for a lot of factory upgrades. So just probably a slight decrease in production in Q3 before sort of global factory upgrades. In the long term, autonomy, we think, is going to just drive volume through the ceiling next level. And our sort of future robotaxi products, dedicated robotaxi products, we think have like quasi-infinite demand. So, the way we're going to manufacture the robotaxi is also itself a revolution. And so it's revolutionary design made in a revolutionary way. It'll be by far the highest units per hour of any vehicle production ever. So we're very excited about that. With respect to Autopilot and Dojo, in order to build autonomy, we also need to train our neural net with data from millions of vehicles. The more, this has been proven over and over again, the more training data you have, the better the results. And there are times where we see basically in a neural net, basically it's sort of at 1 million training examples, it barely works. At 2 million, it slightly works. At 3 million, it's like, wow, okay, we're seeing something. But then you get to like 10 million training examples. It's like, it becomes incredible. So there's just no substitute for a massive amount of data. And obviously Tesla has more vehicles on the road that are collecting this data than all other companies combined by, I think, maybe even an order of magnitude. So I think we might have 90% of all, or a very big number. So, the success in AI endeavors is a function of talent, sort of unique data, and computing resources. And we have outstanding capabilities in all three arenas. And I really just don't know how anyone could do what we're doing, even if they had our software and had our computer, if they did not have the training data. So speaking of which, our Dojo training computer is designed to significantly reduce the cost of neural net training. It is designed to, it's somewhat optimized for the kind of training that we need, which is video training. So, we just see that the need for neural net training, again, talking about quasi-infinite things, is just enormous. So I think we expect to use both NVIDIA and Dojo, to be clear. But we just see a demand for really vast training resources. And we think we may reach in-house neural net training capability of 100 exaflops by the end of next year. So to date, over 300 million miles have been driven using FSD beta. That 300 million mile number is going to seem very small very quickly. It'll soon be billions of miles, then tens of billions of miles, and FSD will go from being as good as a human to then being vastly better than a human. We see a clear path to full self-driving being 10 times safer than the average human driver. So, and between Autopilot, Dojo computer, our inference hardware in the car, which we call sort of hardware 3, 4, but it's really dedicated. It's a high efficiency inference computer that's in the car, and our Optimus robot, Tesla is clearly at the cutting edge of AI development. With regard to our Cybertruck, we continue to build release candidates of the Cybertruck on our final production line in Austin. I'm actually here in Austin at the Gigafactory. This is the first truck that we're aware of that will have 4 doors, over a 6-foot bed, and will fit into a 20-foot garage. So it's sort of biggish on the outside, but it's even bigger on the inside. So I think that's one of the elements of good design is it should feel bigger on the inside than it looks on the outside. And this is no small car, but we really cared about the exterior dimensions of the Cybertruck down to the last millimeter. So it's just we're trying to get right in the middle of the Goldilocks zone, not too big, not too small, and then really maximize the utility of the volume. And we can't wait to start delivering it later this year. Some other highlights: our global supercharging network now stands at over 50,000, roughly 50,000 connectors and over 5,000 locations. As I think a lot of people are aware, the Tesla the Tesla charging standard, which we made open source, and is now called the North American Charging Standard. We're deeply honored that Ford, GM, Mercedes, and many other OEMs have signed up to use our connector and gain access to our charging network. We strongly believe in helping other car companies to accelerate the EV revolution and just trying to do the right thing in general. So that's our goal there. Then something I think I want to emphasize like very, very strongly, this is a very important point, is that Tesla, just as with the North American Charging Standard, although we're not licensing, in that case, we're not licensing, we're just making it available. but we are very open to licensing our full self-driving software and hardware to other car companies. And we are already in discussions with, early discussions with a major OEM about using the Tesla FSD. So we're not trying to keep this to ourselves. We're more than happy to license it to others. And lastly, our new lithium refinery and cathode facility are progressing well. And then in conclusion, we continue to focus on making as many cars as we can while maintaining healthy financials. Our artificial intelligence development is obviously entering a new era, and we're incredibly excited about what's to come. Our other businesses, such as Megapack, supercharging, service, and whatnot, all started to become a meaningful contributor to overall profitability this quarter. And then lastly, I'd just like to profusely thank all of our employees who are making a lot of extra effort during uncertain times. Thank you very much for your hard work and the impact you're making.